He is the greatest shooter God has ever created. Plain and simple. This year, without Klay Thompson, with him being the focal point because they don't really have anybody else to depend on offensively. I'm talking about to depend on. I'm not talking about a specific night Andrew Wiggins will drop a few points or Kelly Oubre or somebody. No. I'm talking about this dude is a sniper extraordinaire, the greatest sniper in the history of basketball. And when you consider that he can shoot from anywhere on the floor, left, right, or the top, wing, or the key, 20, 30, 40 feet away from the basket with regularity, there's nothing to talk about. When you can
all time.
Right now, Skip, I have him in my top 15, but there's a chance for him to move into the top 10. And Skip, if he were to win another title, he wins another regular season MVP, I don't know how you keep him outside of the top 10. He wins both. He's the greatest point guard to ever live. Because no player will have impacted, only Wilt will have impacted the game as much as Steph Curry.
Hey, yo, Eli, what the fuck?
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ben Schreiber back here with another banger for you guys today, man. And I'm finally back. I know you guys missed your boy, and it's been tough. Got a lot of work. Got colleges to pick and stuff. So that's why I haven't been uploading on this channel. I did upload a video on my Ben Does Comics, so yeah, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I'm back today with an NBA video, which is going to be a lot of my videos, and maybe I might give you guys some MLB videos. I just picked up MLB 21. So yeah, today I'm finna talk about the amazing streak Steph Curry has been on, or he was on. This 11-game streak Steph Curry has been on. For example, before the last 10 games, Steph Curry was averaging 28 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 47 from the field, 40 from 3, 91 for free throw. Steph Curry likes stats. Of course, he shoots 47, but the 43-pointer part isn't really Steph Curry type. He always shoots over 41, sometimes over 42, even has 2 seasons shooting at least 45 from the field. After the last 10 games, Steph Curry improved in 3 points and is now currently the leader for points per game with 31 points per game. He's improved by 1 rebound with 6 rebounds. He averages 6 assists still, 1 steal but is top 20 in steals. He improved in 2% from field goal percentage with 49, improved in 3% from the 3 with 43, improved by 1% from the free throw with 92. He is first in points with 1,570 while being ranked 145th in games. And check this out. He has less field goals attempted than 8 out of the 9 players and less minutes than all 9 players and has less games than 8 out of the 9 players, and he is number 1 in points. Of course, first in threes with 260 for the 6th time in his career, and is first in 3-pointers made per game with 5 3-pointers made per game. And he's shooting the ball extremely well, 43% for the tough shots that he takes. He's being double teamed while he comes across the court. But anyways, moving on to the next thing, his advanced stats are just impressive as his regular stats. He is currently 5th in player efficiency rating as a point guard. He leads all point guards with a 26.97 efficiency rating. Like that is so impressive. He is 5th in offensive win shares, only behind Damian Lillard amongst point guards with a 5.6. And he is 55th in defensive win shares with a 1.8, which is still impressive because being top 50 or top 60 in that category with all these players in the league is still very impressive. And he is 5th amongst guards. So that lets you know he's playing good defense out there, solid defense. And he is 6th in win shares with 7.5. He currently leads guards, and that's how valuable he proves to be because even with a losing record, he leads guards in all win shares with guys like Damian Lillard, who has positive records, and multiple other guards. So yeah, moving on from the advanced stats, this month alone, Golden State, or over the last 12 games, Golden State is 8-4 with a 67 win percentage, which are with Stephen Curry, which are the last 12 with Stephen Curry. Now, when he went down in Houston, the Warriors went 1-5 without him, which is a 21 percentage, which is very terrible, and it shows his worth. This month, he is averaging 41 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 55.6 from the field, 50.4 from the 3, 90.8 from the free throw, 540-plus games over this 10-game span, 431 points scored over this 10-game span, almost 3 50-point games scored over this 10-game span, 6 10-plus threes this season, almost 8 40-point games, back-to-back 40-plus, which haven't been done since 2018. 4 times he made 10-plus threes. 4 times he broke his own record for most three-pointers made in a three-point span. 96 points in 2 games, most since MJ. Attempt to put up 40 over 11 games, and is the only person in NBA history to average 40 points over 11 games while pulling up 50, 40, 90. Monster stats from Stephen Curry, Now, moving on for that, I've been saying this for about, since the start of the month, or actually since the start of the season. This scenery he's in reminds me of the 2006 Kobe season, where he was left stranded. Shaq left 2 seasons ago, and Kobe had to put up with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown. So check this out. The last 11 games, Golden State is 7-4 with Steph Curry. And Steph Curry's putting up 41 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 55.4 from the field, 50.4 from the 3, 90.8 from the free throw line. No All-Star with 71 threes made. Now check Kobe Bryant's stats out. Kobe Bryant in the last 15 of the 2006 season, their record was 11-4, 39 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 48.5 from the field, 36.7 from the 3. And 84.9 from the free throw. And of course, not having a superstar, but having at least a good player, and Lamar Odom and Curry having Andrew Wiggins and, Draymond Green and stuff. Not all stars, but great, good solid players. Now, moving on from that, this season, Steph Curry has been playing amazing MVP caliber season. He has had the most 35-point games with 19, the most 40-point games with 8. Only player this season with at least 2 50-plus point games. And this is his second time having 3 50-plus games this season. And there's only 3 other men who have done it more: James Harden, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan doing it the most. And to even be in that category is crazy, because you cannot complete a top 5 scoring list without James Harden, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan. Of course, throwing in KD, but KD's not in this conversation. So for Steph Curry to even be in that noise is amazing, and it proves his value of scoring, how much of an offensive weapon he is in the NBA, and how deadly he is. And we already know he's a sniper from downtown, and this season he has had 1 60-point game, 2 50-point games, 5 40-point games. He's first, third, and fifth on the highest scoring games this season, having 62, 57, and 53. And, Steph Curry's been hot. They just haven't been able to win, and that's the only reason why he wouldn't be a top 3 candidate for MVP, because they're not able to win right now. Moving on from that, the last 5 games, Stephen Curry has been way better than the last 10. I mean, of course, it made sense he would, but these are monster stats over the last 5 games. 4 40-point games, 47 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 3-pointers made per game, 57.9 from the field, 53.2 from the 3, 92.2 from the free throw, 46 threes made in total. 4 times out of 5 games, he has had 10-plus threes. He has had 150 game, 130, and 3 40-point games. Steph Curry is indeed on fire, having one of the best offensive stretches ever in the history of basketball, the greatest for a player 33 or over. Now, here are the games he played, the last 11 games. Thursday, April 1st, lost to Miami, only by 7 points, 36 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 47 from the field, 45 from the 300 from the free throw. The following week, Sunday, another loss against Atlanta. Now they're on a 2-game losing streak, 117, 111. But notice how it's only by a little bit amount. 37 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 52 from the field, 25 from the 3, 83 from the free throw line. Now the following Tuesday, Steph Curry finally gets a win, 122-121, barely wins, 41.6 rebounds, 66 from the field, 50 from the 3, 88.9, while having Drew Holiday guard him. Now, in the following Friday, a loss versus Washington, 110-107, 32, 6-5, 42, 38, 83. And you guys can see the rest of the stats against Houston. They got another W, and they continue from there to go on a 4-game win streak until losing to Boston, but then beating Philly, which is very impressive. Now, the record Steph Curry has broken this year is even more impressive than all of that. He currently has the most points per game in a quarter with 10.53, and he is first, third, and fifth again for this. Now, Steph Curry is a very streaky player. He's the first player also to make more threes than 4 teams in just 1 week alone, making 36 threes last week, more than 4 teams, like I said. Another record he's broken is most consecutive 30-point games, 30-point and 40-point games for age 33 or older. Most 40-point games for a player 33 or older with 5. And like I said, most consecutive 30 with 11. Second 30, he's second and third most 20-point quarters with 30, only trailing Kobe Bryant by 3, I believe. He broke Golden State record for consecutive free throws, second oldest player to score 60, passed Reggie Miller all-time three-point list, and last Monday he passed Wilt Chamberlain on the all-time scoring list. Ladies and gentlemen, Steph Curry is a marksman, like Stephen A. said. The greatest shooter of all time, without a doubt. Is a little underrated on defense. Not the best defender, don't get me wrong, but is a little underrated on defense. And this stretch that we just witnessed is the greatest stretch ever. Like I said, if not top 3, if not top 3, top 10, top 5, whatever you want to put it in. The greatest stretch by a player 33 or older. He's out here breaking records that Michael Jordan set with who is the greatest player of all time. He's out here breaking records that Kobe set, who was a top 10 player, arguably top 5, top 7. The second greatest shooting guard of all time. Rest in peace, Kobe, my favorite player. Arguably the greatest scorer of all time, arguably the greatest perimeter defender of all time, all that, arguably the most skilled player of all time, arguably the most skilled scorer of all time. To even be in that conversation, Steph Curry has to be proud. He has to be like, damn, I'm really good. I'm really an MVP caliber player. And indeed, he is saying that in his head, and he knows, and hopefully them boys can get a win tonight.